What's going on, everybody? It's your boy. And it is now that time where we have our fresh start to our TV shows. They're coming back, and in a major way. Arrow was yesterday, or well, not yesterday, but I mean, Arrow started this week. Flash started this week, and we got our brand new show, DC Legends of Tomorrow. I wasn't too blown away with the Flash episode, because I don't know, it just seemed like it just wasn't all that good. I thought they kind of slacked a little bit. Didn't really seem like they wanted to wow people. That's just me, in my opinion. Arrow, complete opposite. Arrow, they left off before Christmas wanting to wow you. They came back after with the same intent. We were all thinking pretty much Felicity's dead. That's how they left things. And then when they came back, it wasn't Felicity's dead. That was not the first thing that they were going into. They were like, Felicity's not dead. Here's 4 months into it. This is 4 months away. And then they pulled back into right now. And we saw Felicity's in the hospital. She's still alive. We saw how Oliver's dealing with it, and him going out there and beating the holy hell out of Hive members and watching Hive members commit suicide as per the normal. We saw Diggle beat the holy shit out of his brother for information on Dark. We saw a new character who I didn't really catch his name, but we saw this new character who drew a anarchy symbol in blood or some kind of red. I mean, one of them was in blood, but another one was in just some kind of red goo, I guess. I'd call him like anarchy if I had to call him anything. And then he had some kind of relationship with Speedy. Part of me, I don't know what the relationship is there. It's been a long time since we've seen him, if anything, so I'd have to go back and I guess get a refresh on that. Then he gets arrested. Oliver sets him free to find Dark. Then he goes off the radar, unbeknownst to everybody, that he's got Dark's family. And Dark's family, I don't know about y'all, but this lady's an idiot. Okay, his wife is pure stupidity. Okay, this lady almost gets her kid and herself burnt to a crisp and killed by this anarch character. I don't know what his name is, but like they're tied up and pretty much gonna die if Oliver doesn't save them. And her first thought is, we should kill Arrow. That's your thought, is we should kill the Green Arrow. You know, you can wait to kill Oliver and save your own ass first. Maybe when you're not fixing to die from a flamethrower. Because Dark is not the one who set him free, obviously. You see what I'm saying? That's how fucked up that family is. You know what I'm saying? And what's even more fucked up is Dark is like, enjoy the time you have with your family, because I'm still gonna fuck you up. And I'm just like, you just saved your family. So if your family gets in that kind of predicament again, Oliver might not save your family again because you just fucked yourself. You're gonna talk slick. I sure as shit would save him. I'd be like, oh, you're Dark's family. He wants to talk slick about the mouth to me. Burn their ass. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. I mean, you were probably thinking the same thing. He wants to talk slick and act all gangster, but then wants to show he's a little pansy ass bitch who's gonna cry about where's my fucking family. You see my point there? Where's your family? They're safe over there. Obviously, you have a soft point. You know what I'm saying? So, there's something there. And the big reveal of the night was, I think everybody was thinking Felicity was in the grave. And it turned out they revealed that's not Felicity's grave. So who's in the grave? Who did they kill? Did they kill Laurel? Did they kill did they kill Speedy, Oliver's sister? Who did they kill? I know that there's been the rumor book on Facebook with which is what I call Facebook now. I call that the rumor book because that's where you see all the rumors for Arrow, for Superman, Batman, for Suicide Squad, anything DC, anything Marvel, anything like that. You can find all the biggest rumors on Facebook. I know that a lot of stuff with that show they've been talking about on Facebook. They've been talking about Roy, and they've been talking about, can we get Roy back? So a part of me is like, well, what if Roy comes back and what if he's in that grave? You know what I'm saying? Then a part of me is like, no, what if it's Speedy? Well, what if they brought Roy back and killed Speedy and they bring him back permanently? That kind of makes interesting ideas. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me playing around in my head. Because I kind of want Roy to come back. You know what I mean? Because to me, Speedy is Roy. Roy is the Red Arrow. But that's just because I like the Green Arrow. I like the Red Arrow being Roy. Because I'm not a purist, but again, I like Young Justice. I like all that shit. Okay, I like the cartoons. I like the comics. I don't have comics, but I mean, I have a few, obviously. You can see them, one right there, a few up here. I mean, obviously I have comics, but not that many. So, again, it's just something to think about. You know what I mean? But the big reveal was, it's not Felicity in the grave. So, again, the thing is, who's in the grave? Pardon me, who's in the grave? So it was a big night for Arrow. Which brings us to tonight. Now, I don't know if you yourself were excited for DC Legends of Tomorrow. Me personally, I was super excited. I still am super excited for this show. This show has huge potential. Marvel is not doing anything like this. I don't think Marvel has plans to do anything like this. I like the idea of this show because it says they can do more with this idea. I like the references of the show. I mean, they referenced, was it Gideon? It wasn't Gideon in The Flash. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Gideon the computer thing that The Flash referenced before he found out that Wells was the Reverse Flash? Like, wasn't that the computer program that Flash created? I mean, I might need to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that is. The only thing I didn't like is the fact that he said the Atom is nobody. The Atom is part of the Justice League. Maybe not a big part of the Justice League, but he's still a member of the Justice League. There's a lot of members to the Justice League. A lot. The Atom is part of the Justice League. I have movies to prove it, okay? So, I mean, that was one issue I had. I'm like, come on, dude, Captain Atom is part of the Justice League. It's the same thing with The Flash. When they were, like, this close to saying the Justice League, and they were like, don't say it. I don't like how it's just one of those things, like, I don't like how they won't let the television universe and the movie universe coincide because they're afraid that people won't, because they wanted to use Harley over here and they're afraid of what it'll do over here. It's not going to fuck anything up. It's two completely different characters. Harley Quinn and Harley Quinzel are not the same person. Harley Quinn is the psychopath. Harley Quinzel is the therapist. You can do this. This can work. I know this has been a topic of discussion for a while in Gotham. So they need to go ahead and get their shit together. Okay? Quinzel can be used in Gotham, and if they do it the right way, highly successful. Harley Quinn, I don't know, because I'm still iffy on the whole Jared Leto on being the Joker. The more I see it, the more I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to wait till the movie comes out because I really want the Suicide Squad movie to work. I know they're putting a lot of bank into that, and I know they're really shooting left field with this. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going back to, like, I'm shooting way out of topic with that. Let's get back on topic with the Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow. You have two thieves. You have a white canary, which to me is like, just call her Black Canary. It doesn't fucking matter. She's going back in time. It doesn't fucking matter. You have Captain Atom or the Atom. You have Firestorm or Firestarter or whatever the fuck they call him. Hawk Guy and Hawk Girl. And I think that's it. So you have like a mini branch of like some Justice Leaguers and a couple criminals. So it makes for an interesting idea. And there's huge potential here. Vandal Savage, one of the founding members of the Legion of Doom. They're like, oh, he's now ruler of the planet in a whole nother time frame. They want to go back and stop him when he's, before he gets all this immense power. This sounds like it could be highly successful if handled the right way. We'll have to wait and see because it's only episode 1. Episode 1 was good. It was good, but was it like up to par with like Arrow or The Flash or even Gotham? We'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. Because it's gonna take a while. I mean, at least the CW's handling it. At least it's on the CW. We gotta give them that. Because it could be on like NBC or, CBS or some bullshit like that where Constantine was killed off after one season and Supergirl is on one of these other fucking channels, and she's finally caught up to speed. It took a while. I'm glad I was wrong about it, but it took them forever to figure out, hey, this guy over here is the Martian Manhunter. Which, by the way, excuse me, that is a hell of a twist. I didn't see that coming at all. And I know I haven't reported in on the Supergirl thing, but also I have not been watching that. Pardon me. So you have to excuse that, okay? I quit watching. I quit watching it after like 3 episodes. I gave up on it, and then my girlfriend was watching it, and so she watched an episode, and it'd been a while, and they reveal that the whatever his name is was the Martian Manhunter, and I was blown away that they were like, this is John, and I was like, wow, that's a ballsy move. I'm glad they did it, but it's a ballsy move to put John in and involve him in a show on television, considering they don't want to involve heavy hitters that are going to be involved in movies. And John is going to be involved in the Justice League movie, no doubt. He's got to be. He's one of the founding members. of the Justice League, Martian Manhunter, Superman, Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, these are all founding members of the Justice League. So they went and incorporated John and Supergirl. That is a ballsy move right there. And he looks amazing too. Every time they let him turn into John, he looks like John. So it's pretty damn good and it's pretty damn impressive. So I mean, they went and turned that show around, and you know, I'm still not watching it. I'm not recording it or none of that shit. And it's not on Hulu, so I watch it at my girl's house. So I mean, they turned it around, and I'm glad they turned it around because I lost faith on it back when it first started. I was like, I don't see a season 2 happening. And I'm like I said back then, I stand by it still. These shows need to be on a network like the CW where the rules are, you know, so thin and you can get away with a lot more. And I still stand by my statement where I feel like they wanted Superman, not Supergirl, even though Supergirl in the aspect of Supergirl is technically stronger than Superman at times. In the comics, Supergirl has been stronger than Superman on more than one occasion. Yet the CBS or NBC or whatever network she's on writes her off like a fucking joke a lot of times. And I don't know if it's just me, but is anyone else kind of offended by that? Like, they write her off as a joke, and it's kind of sad. So, I mean, the fact they threw John in there, man, that to me was ballsy. And I was glad to see that John was, you know, involved in the show. And I know that had to have been a publicity thing. Like, we need to have something here because we're losing a lot. And when they threw John in there, it was probably something to help boost the ratings. It had to be something to help boost the ratings because they were losing a lot. And I know it was, a lot of people argue with me over, oh, it was football here and Gotham over here, and you had Arrow and the Flash, and now DC Legends of Tomorrow is out and on television now. But come on now, the beginning of the whole show, a lot of that has to do with the fact that they really fucking ripped Kara a new one. Like, really bad. That show's, I mean, come a long way. But if you go back and you watch the first 5 or 6 episodes, that's some shitty ass writing, bruh. And then you go and you look at like the comics and stuff, and even with Arrow, even with the Flash, even with pardon me, even with Flash, even with Arrow, even with, you know, Constantine, even with all 3 of those shows before Supergirl, those 3 shows had stronger writing in them than they did with Supergirl. And you can watch the first 5 episodes of each one of those shows, and it's like the writers to Supergirl have no idea, even though the writing is pretty much already in existence if they just pick the damn comic books up. You don't have to pull from the comic books, but to know who she is, all you gotta do is read at least 10 issues. And you don't really have to read any particular order. You can just go pick up 10 issues and bam, you have your knowledge of who the fuck she is. And she's not this ditzy dumbass. And I think that was a lot of what my problem was with the people who wrote this fucking series at the beginning of the series, is they made her this ditzy dumbass who's never lived a day of her life. You don't get to be 25 years old and act like you've never been out anywhere, but you're somehow the assistant to a $1 billion fucking lady who runs a fucking successful... Come on now. She's the assistant to a... You see what I'm saying? That would have been like Clark Kent acting like he never seen the light of day, but somehow was the assistant to, you know, the Daily Planet, the main guy. Would have never made sense. You'd ought to have been like, no. I get that you want to hide, but at the same time, there's levels to how you can hide. But again, like I said, I'm so happy to see that, you know, Arrow's back in a way that just killed it, because when they left in such a powerful way, and they came back in such a way it just slammed on, and everybody's been like, who's in the fucking grave? And I know the way they left, everyone was thinking it was Felicity. I was thinking it was Felicity. I know you were thinking it was Felicity. And to be honest with you, I'm glad it's not Felicity. I'm actually happy it's not. So anyway, I gotta get the hell up out of here. This video has gone on way longer than I thought it should. But I could talk about DC and the comics and the TV shows for a lot longer. But I'm gonna shut up now. And I will see y'all next video, man. As always, deuces.